Good morning, everyone. It's Valerie, otherwise known as Chick Picker. Hope everybody's having a good morning. It's nice and sunny here. It's supposed to be 77 today. ah. Actually, this weekend is supposed to be very nice, so hopefully we'll be able to get some stuff done outside. But I hope everybody's having a good day. I did my shipping already. Talked to Sally for a few minutes. She's going to be in shortly. She had a couple of things to do this morning, so to get ready for her pickup. And so yeah, so here I am. Hope everybody had a great day yesterday. Um, Great Thanksgiving, and got some food in you, and got some visiting and some laughing and hanging out with family and everything. It was a good day yesterday. Yeah, let me go look in the chat real quick. See if there's anybody over there. See if anybody wandered over to the Chick Pickers channel. And I am tongue-tied today. The other day I was looking at the truck, and for the brakes and stuff, just to see if it was leaking. And I looked under there, and I had my head like in the wheel well, and I don't know, I was trying to take my head out, and I guess I probably turned my head to get in there, and then, was able to straighten it out. But then when I went back to come out, I hit my head and my chin at the same time, and I bit my lip, or bit my tongue. So I have this big gash. I actually bit flesh out of my tongue. And so it hurts. I've got some pain in my tongue right now. So yeah, not very pleasant at all. But luckily it wasn't anything. I actually bit both sides of my tongue, but I just got the flesh out of one side. But so for some reason my wording, hey, right, Elvis. Yeah, for some reason my speech is a little bit different just because of the way that I'm trying to move my tongue so it doesn't, hurt. But I don't know. Let's see here. Feels like Monday. But it's Friday. It's Friday. Let's see here. We can do so yeah, that's kind of what happened. And yesterday I took my truck over to my in-laws, and my father-in-law is actually going to go, and he's going to take it to the shop. He said it had something to do with the hose that I was looking at is actually he said it was a vent hose, and he said it's supposed to be like that, so it's not supposed to be attached to anything. But he said it looks like it's something that has to do with like the steel hosing or the steel line. So he's going to take it in to his mechanic and see if they can't get that fixed. And I brought their car home, which I don't like to do because they're older. They need a vehicle, blah, blah, blah. But there was no convincing him that I wasn't going to do it. They pretty much put their foot down. So hopefully we can get that little hiccup fixed and taken care of. And he just didn't, he said he didn't want me to drive it anymore. Like that. So, which I appreciate because heck, we all know somebody needs to look out for us, But yeah, he said he would take care of it. So, thank goodness. Thank goodness for family, right? But yeah, we had a good dinner yesterday. I didn't eat a whole lot. I ate probably more than what I usually eat at Thanksgiving. I don't know why, but everything looked so good, so I didn't want to. And when you're in there, you know, doling out the food and stuff, you better get it while it's left, because sometimes there's nothing left when you go back for a second. So you got to get what you need the first time around. So I think that's kind of what my thinking was. Good morning, Frankie's fine. Good morning, Hank Allen Cash. Um, yeah, actually, I had brakes. I didn't not have brakes. I had I just didn't have all the. I think my rear brakes were not working correctly, and that's why it was going down so far. But um, I did have a little bit of brakes, and so when I know where the stop signs are, and it wasn't. I was driving kind of in the country, and so well, it wasn't no kind of about it. I was driving in the country, and so I know where the stop signs are. I know where I should probably start slowing down. Um, and I was definitely more cautious than before, like regular driving. So I just took it easy, and I made it out there without any problems and everything. But I don't want to continue that. I want to make sure that I have brakes, because that's important. It's even important when you in the wintertime. Definitely. Um, so hopefully we'll get that fixed. I don't know if they'll get it in today, but even if it's in the next couple of days, um, next week or whatever, that'll be fine too. Um, it's not like I haven't been without a car before. So what I may do is, if it doesn't get done today, I got to go and get my mother-in-law for lunch, and so we'll see what the deal is, and if it turns out that um, you know they're gonna have to keep it for a couple of days, well then she can just bring me home, and I'll be fine. Um, I'll make it. I'll survive. Um, might have to go get a few groceries before I come home, but it'll be okay. So it's likely that this afternoon, because I'll go to lunch and then come back, and I can foresee probably getting home around 3. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Um, maybe sooner than that, maybe later than that, but um, with everything else, trying to get a few groceries to last me the weekend and all that. Yeah, it may take a few days or a few hours to get things done that I need to get done. But it'll be fine. I don't need that much. Um, I'm running low on tea, I tell you that right now, and so that's really got me. I'm gonna have to go to water, and I hate water, so. Oh my goodness. You know what I need to do? I was thinking, well, I wonder if anybody else is gonna come in. But you kind of have to send the link out to get people to come in. So I need to do that. Um, so let me send that link out to everyone. There we go. That's better. So let's see. So yeah, this morning I did my mail call video. I had well, actually 4 sales over the weekend, or not the weekend. See, here I go. Um, I guess it would have been Wednesday afternoon to today. I had four sales, so not too bad. Things are kind of slowly picking up, but not the greatest. But you know, I can't complain. Better than having zero. So I don't like those 0 days. Frankie's Fine says she had 3 sales yesterday. She thought it was pretty good considering it was a holiday. Yep. When I think of a holiday though, I think of, people at somebody else's house, and really the only thing that there is to do, I mean, if you're not cooking or if you're not, cleaning or, out playing with the kids, I could just see, a bunch of people sitting on the couch playing with their phones. That's just kind of what I see in my head. Um, they're playing with their phones or on eBay. Oh, I need this. I need that. I wonder if I can find this. I need, this shirt that I have got a hole in it when I put it on, and so I need to find another shirt just like that because I really liked it. Things like that. So, good morning, Nikki.
Morning.
How are you?
It's funny how many guests you get when you send out the link.
Isn't it though?
I'm
I was
sitting there
thinking
waiting
about
and
it.
waiting.
I was like, hmm. And I was like, well, yeah, duh. You got to send the link out to get people to come in,
It's
dummy.
like, well, she's got the show going. Well,
I
I was
thought,
listening to you. I
oh,
was just puttering around.
she's doing a lone show today.
Yes, she's so good now. She doesn't need us.
Oh, I would never say that. Oh my gosh.
Glad to hear that your father-in-law is taking your truck in and going to get it all checked out.
Yeah, he used to be. I mean, he still is a mechanic. He is always going to be a mechanic, but
Yeah,
he's older. It's a lot harder for him to get under a car or a truck these days. And
yeah.
for him, it's a little easier for him to just take it in and have his mechanic, check it out and see what's going on. Um,
That
and
was the other day.
the
Good.
biggest thing is you know, and I hate to say it, but I think men get better deals than women.
Yeah.
I don't know
You
what it
know,
is, but they if guys come across, if mechanics see dollar signs when they see women, I think. It's like, you can
sometimes, yeah.
you can tell them, and sometimes there's a lot of mechanics that, they don't do that, but um
Hmm.
I don't know. That's just kind of my take on it, but um yeah. So, maybe he'll get it down
Yeah.
there, and he knows the guy, he's got a history with the guy and everything. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's it's going to be, I'm sure they'll be able to figure it out and get it taken care of. So, but I mean, it
Well, that
it
was the other day
ran,
when I had to get my husband.
it ran. Yes, sorry, I keep talking over you. Go for it.
Sorry.
No, go.
Oh, the other day when I had to get my husband's tires fixed,
Mhm.
um, I called Tires Plus first. I don't know why, but because I couldn't get a hold of our shop.
Mm.
Um, they weren't answering for some reason. Anyways, so I called Tires Plus, and he's like, "Yeah, it'll be $20 a tire." Or no, first he didn't give me a price. He said, "What's your name?" And I said, "Nikki." And he says, "Is that a female or a male, Nikki?" I'm like, what the hell does that matter? I said, "Female."
That's rude.
First I asked what the price was, and he says, is that a female Nikki or a male Nikki? And I said, female. What the hell does that matter? Then he gave me the price, $20 a tire.
Uh-huh.
Well, anyways, I said, I'll let you know. I'll talk to my husband about it.
Uh-huh.
So then, um, I called our normal shop that we go to, and they finally answered and got me in the next day, and it was only $20 for both tires.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it can happen. Why would he ask if I was a female or male on the phone?
Exactly. Exactly.
What difference does it make?
Mm-hmm.
You have my name. When I come in with my name and the truck that I told you, F-250, then you'll know
Right.
I'm there.
That's the only information you need to know is what kind of vehicle it is and what kind of,
And my name.
basically what, yeah, and your name. And that's it. That's
Yeah.
rude. That's just rude.
My
But
shop says my shop he and he didn't even know me who I was over the phone. He knew me when I go in there, but
mhm.
he didn't know me over the phone. And he's like, your name? I said, Nikki. He said, all right. And I said, well, do you want to know? And the other guy was asking me what kind of truck I have, what year,
Mhm.
how many cylinders, is it this V, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Asking me all these stupid fucking questions. Well, anyways, I called my shop and he's like, name? And I said, Nikki. And he's, yeah, just bring it in sometime afternoon is fine. Right afternoon should be good.
Mhm.
And that's all he cared. I said, well, you want to know what kind of truck I have? He goes, no, it's good enough.
Hmm.
We can do anything.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm like, all right. You know,
Yeah.
I went there at like 3 minutes after 12.
Mhm.
I said, yeah, my appointment was for sometime afternoon. So I waited till noon and then I drove here.
Yeah.
He goes, well, you hit that any perfect. He says, we just backed out a car. We're ready for you.
Good job.
So, but they're so busy. Their stuff, he's like, yeah, just pull it up in the driveway between the two doors and he'll get it out there. They've got 3 bays where they've got people working on cars,
Mhm.
and then they've got people constantly working outside. He's got about 5 mechanics, just a small shop, hometown shop.
Right.
And he's got like 5 workers working outside on cars at all times too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pretty busy
And
shop.
anytime you walk in there and you need something done, they're busier than hell. Anytime you walk in there, they never turn you away. Yep, we'll get it done.
Wow. Wow.
And cheap. I mean, Tires Plus wanted to charge me $20 a tire. He charged me $10 a tire. And that's
Right.
taking them off the truck,
Mhm.
fixing them, and putting them back on the truck.
Right.
That's cheap. $10 a tire.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, my father-in-law said something, they live in a small town also. Probably not as it's not as small as the one that I live in, but it's still a small town. And he's the only this guy that he goes to, he's the only shop in town. Um, but he's kind of the same way, he'll help you and try to figure out the problem. He'll take you in, you know, um, if you just pull in, he'll take you in and
Yeah.
and everything. Really just a really good guy. And he was saying something yesterday. He said, "Yeah, I got to get some tires from him," but he said, I could get the tires from Walmart probably for, you know, I think she said it was going to be like $600 for a set of tires. And he said I could probably get them much cheaper at Walmart, but he said, I like to keep the local guys in business. He
Yeah.
said I'd rather spend the extra money and keep them, afloat than um
Yeah.
than go to Walmart and get it for cheaper. So, which I think that's
Well,
pretty,
that's
pretty cool.
that's
Like,
this garage. His dad was in business for years, and then his dad died and handed it down to the son, and yeah, and their prices have not gone up very much.
mhm,
And like I said, the only reason why I called Tires Plus was because I couldn't get a hold of them first.
right.
You know,
Yeah.
and I
So, I mean,
figured, well, I know I was gonna
yeah, I called a shop. It was Wednesday afternoon when I got home from the store, and I called the shop and I said, "Yeah, I've got a problem with my brakes." I said, "I think it's something to do with a line or a hose, a blown hose or something." And he's like, "Well," he said, "we're going to be getting a whole lot. We need to get a whole lot of cars out um, before the end of day today." He said, "I just can't. I don't have a guy that I can put on it." Okay,
yeah.
you know,
I
but
imagine they're pretty busy right now with the holidays.
yeah, but I kind of doubt that there was
How's your
any vehicles leaving there on Thursday night or on Wednesday night, at 5 o'clock. I'm sure that,
yeah,
I mean, I guess that's a good thing to say, we're trying to get vehicles
yeah.
out or whatever, but more than likely there probably wasn't anything leaving, but whatever.
The other day, my
They were,
husband he says, "Geez, I wish we lived closer to your friend." He said, "I'd go over there and
aw,
fix her break."
aw, that's sweet.
I said,
I
"Oh,
wish you did
I said
too.
she's the cooter."
Well, actually, so Cooter works at the gas station. And that is not
Mm.
his name. That is not his real name. Mike always called him Cooter. Um, and he has a little shop, and he has the lift or whatever to lift the cars. But so I called him the other day and I said, I think I have something wrong with my brake line. And he goes, "Oh," he said,
Mhm.
"I don't do anything like that." He said, "I just do oil
Oh,
changes and stuff." He said, "I don't mess with that." So it's the other shop down the road that does that. So,
oh.
but yeah,
Now, if my husband would have saw it, he probably would have told you the same thing that it was a vent hose. But
right,
from what you were
right,
describing, he's not. No.
yeah, yeah. And my father-in-law, he said it was he said it was the tube that I seen or the hose that I seen that was loose was
Hmm.
he said it was a vent hose.
Mm.
So, and I didn't even know there was such a thing. But well, he knows more than I do about cars. Um, but he
And
said I
that
was
was in your back,
yeah,
huh?
and it was leaking brake fluid. So I don't know. It just didn't. Usually if you see like a hose, like it looked like it belonged on something. It looked like it belonged on a
Well,
nozzle or a tube or something else. It didn't look like it was a vet hose.
if it's leaking brake fluid, then it must be important.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But
You know, if he told you it's not a big deal, well, if it's leaking brake fluid, it must be a big deal.
yeah, that's what
I
I
would
think.
think.
But yeah, he'll take it
He
in
probably didn't
and
want.
well,
He
yeah,
probably told you that.
right. So he said no. He said just take the car home. He said I'll take it in tomorrow morning, see what we can figure out, and see what we can get done, and then um, he said then we'll go from there. I said okay.
Yeah. Almost anything breaks really isn't that big of a deal. I mean, as far as changing it,
Mm,
usually it's a pretty quick process.
yeah. So
It's
hopefully
not
they can
really
just
expensive.
replace whatever's broken, and I know that truck has a lot of rust on it, and so I know that things are going to be rusty and things are going to go out on it because it's rusted, you know.
Yeah.
So, but if I can just get, even if it's just a, a vehicle that can get me around here, get me to the store, you know, get me
Yeah.
to the thrift store maybe, every once in a while, then that's all I need. I don't need to go long distances. I just need it to be a little, I want it to be reliable, but
Yeah. Well, like I told you, that truck I had like yours, I loved it. And we
yeah,
had to,
it's a good truck. Nothing wrong
it
with that. I
finally,
mean,
it finally pooped out because it was just tired, but it had
yeah,
a lot of miles on it. But
yeah,
um, we bought it for $1,000 and we drove it for a few years. I mean, it didn't owe us a thing, and
yeah,
we hardly had to put any money into it at all, and it always started no matter what the weather was like, and
yeah.
which is a big thing up here. You get below zero and
He picked it
it
up.
started every time.
Good.
What?
He picked up the
Oh, your
cappuccino
coffee.
machine. Yep.
Good.
Good deal.
Yeah. I gotta do my shipping though.
Okay.
I'm working by myself today. gotta gotta do all the things
All the
today.
things, huh?
Like Hank
Yeah.
would say. All the things.
Yeah. Nikki, did you guys have a good Thanksgiving? Everything
Yeah,
turned out okay?
yeah. Everything turned out great.
That's good. Excellent. Excellent.
I'm gonna mute myself.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it was a good we actually had my nephew, it's actually Mike's nephew, his sister's son, and he's maybe 25, 26, maybe, or something. Well, right out of high school, he moved from Kansas City, where he lived, where he grew up. He moved to Phoenix, Arizona, and he went to the some kind of mechanic college out there, and I think for motorcycles. So he went out there and went to school, graduated, stayed out there, and then a couple weeks ago he came back to Kansas City for a wedding, and then I hadn't seen him for probably maybe 5 or 6 years, and
Mm.
yeah, he came out and they were going. They had drove from Phoenix, and when they were leaving, they left, and probably about, I don't know, an hour and a half away, they were on the road, and they ran into a deer. The deer,
Oh
and it
no.
totaled his car. And so his mom had to go get him, and then there was whole thing with the insurance. Like, he had full coverage insurance, but of course, insurance drags their feet, and you know, so it took him. He was here for, I think, 2 weeks longer than what he was supposed to be.
Oh boy.
So but he was actually there at Thanksgiving yesterday. So it was actually good to see him and hang out with him, and it was good. So, but yeah, I mean, it's just like, I can tell. Like, I told my mother-in-law yesterday, I said it's time to hand that flame, or that what do you call it? Hand
Pass the torch.
the torch or something to
Pass the torch.
yeah, you need to pass the torch to someone else.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
just you could tell it's very hard on her,
Yeah.
Very, very. Even though she didn't have to cook everything, but because we did kind of a potluck style where everybody brought something. But I mean, you could tell it was still hard on her.
Yeah, but you know, mothers like that, they put everything into the holidays.
I know.
They put just like our mother did.
I know.
You know, they put everything they got into the holidays, and if something's messed up, they just they cry because
Right.
and our mom was one of them. She went and got her sister one year, stayed up all night cooking, baking pies and everything. Stayed up all night, went and got her sister that morning because her sister didn't have anybody to spend Christmas with. Stayed up until like noon or 1 o'clock or something in the afternoon.
Hmm.
And after dinner and everything, we'd had dinner, and then she was going to take her sister back home. She took her sister back home, was coming back, and was like a mile away from the house, and she fell asleep at the wheel and ran into a tree.
Hmm.
Broke her hip, broke her wrist. She but it meant everything to her to have everything all ready for
Right.
her family. And
Right.
I'm the same way. I used to stay up all night making pies, getting everything prepared, and do the whole dinner on Thanksgiving, and then do Black Friday shopping. Stay up all that time, 2 nights in a row,
oh my god.
and
Wow.
I'd come home. I'd come home Friday afternoon and crash.
I don't
Crazy.
have the sanity for that. I really don't. And Brandon worked super hard yesterday. Hey, shut it up. Brandon worked super hard yesterday. And it wasn't even, that big of a dinner, but it was so good. He cleaned it. I've had the table for for a mess for about a year and a half. Just not all my eBay stuff or anything, but like it's just everybody piles everything, and I don't get around to cleaning it off. The last time I think I cleaned it off completely was about a year ago.
Yeah.
But it's always had like a big bowl of popcorn packets and stuff like that. And but he cleaned it off
We
completely
call our table the
yesterday.
command.
Huh?
We call our table the command center. Where everything goes.
Yep. So like he completely cleaned it off yesterday, put a freaking Santa Claus tablecloth on it, and
Oh,
we had dinner at the table yesterday, which we haven't had in about a year and a half.
Wow.
But he made a turkey, and it was, oh my god, delicious. And mashed potatoes and gravy and stuffing and mac and cheese. And even though there wasn't like a bunch of other stuff, and it was so filling. I mean, my gosh, I probably won't eat until tonight. But it was so good. It
That's
was so good.
awesome.
But he put a lot into it yesterday. So,
Yeah.
and he's like that, he'll cook and stuff. I just rather not. I just rather him do the cooking.
Yeah. Well,
He just,
it's not that you can't cook. It's just,
no, I don't like my cooking.
but I mean, you work. You work
Yeah.
outside the home, and so that's good.
and that
Yeah.
just shows that he's appreciative of what you do.
Right. Absolutely.
Oh.
Absolutely. But there's two daughters. There's three granddaughters. That are over 18 and everything. So somebody needs to take that God, I can't even remember the dang word.
Pass
They
the
need to take
torch.
Like
Yeah,
the
they need to.
responsibility of it.
She need. Yeah, because like we used to do, like me and Mike
It
did.
is so hard to get this generation to do anything.
Yeah.
Like all the people I had at my dinner yesterday, it's always just me and my daughters cleaning up afterwards. Because I raised my daughters right.
Right.
They all cooked and whatever and brought stuff. We all did. But once again, even when I cook the whole dinner, I'm still sitting there doing the dishes.
Mm.
Which I don't complain because whatever, but
Yeah.
but I would never do that to somebody else.
No.
My mom always told me if you want to be invited back, you do the dishes.
Yeah.
I said, so what if the meal sucked and I don't want to be invited back? She goes, Nikki, I raised you better than that.
Yeah. Yeah, there's always been an issue with that. Yesterday I was actually delegating. Yeah, I was doing dishes, but I mean my mother-in-law's name is Rose, and she was getting frustrated because she couldn't find bowls, and she's older, and she can't reach the high cabinets, like she used to be able to, and she can't grab those glass bowls that are on the top shelf, and put them up there or whatever. And so, I told the grandson, I said, you need to get over there and help your grandma, you need to find some bowls. We need to put this stuff in here so I can get the dishes done. Come on, we need to get going here, even though you're not doing dishes, you could be doing something else. Because they were getting ready to go, and I just kind of hijacked them and said,
I know.
here you go. You need to do this. You need to do that. Come on, let's get the show on the road here.
That's one thing I have to say for like Brandon's family. Like, if there's something to do, and I don't care if you're my nephew or my niece or cousin, if you're younger than me, you better listen.
Yeah.
And so, it's like, get over here and do this. Go get that out of the car for her. And we're just bossing. The
Yeah.
women in this family, we're just bossy. We'll take care of it. We'll get it done. It doesn't matter if we do it or somebody else does it. We'll get it done.
When I even said when we had a meal at one of the niece's house that never helps. And I was like, when we have dinner there, I'm not going to help. Well, I did, of course,
Right.
But she didn't help either. It was me and my nephew doing it.
Yeah.
It was at her house and she still didn't do it. She made her husband do it.
Yeah. And Mike, he was always, very forward, and he didn't care if anybody got upset. He would,
Yeah.
if people tried to leave before they helped out, yeah, he'd be all over them. So, but that's the way it goes. And I was actually thinking that maybe next year, maybe we could do. Now, this is to say, I don't know if I'll be here next year. Maybe it's somewhere else. But if I am, for some reason, here next year for Thanksgiving, I I don't know. I'm almost thinking, just put the idea out there of going to Black Angus or whatever,
Yeah.
and just everybody go there. Everybody pay in
Yep.
their amount for their family, and
Yep.
and go have a nice steak dinner.
I talked to my
Yeah.
family about that yesterday. I mean, I've always been against it, but you know what? Nobody wants to freaking help clean up.
Right.
Let's go to the damn restaurant.
Yeah.
But it pisses me off that they don't want to help clean up.
So, yeah. It's just, I know that it takes a toll on her, and by the time she's ready to, like I said, it's a whole potluck and everything, and people, everybody brought a dish, but
No.
she had the turkey, she had the ham,
No.
she makes her own crescent rolls from scratch, and so and that's her thing. That's what she does, and I know
Yeah.
she loves it, but I don't know. It was just crazy. But we had fun and we got things cleaned up, and I know she appreciated that the dishes were done and put away and all that. So that was good.
It's hard to pass a torch, though.
Yeah. It was difficult last year you know, not to do Thanksgiving here, but
Hmm.
I was in no shape. I don't think
Yeah.
anybody was really in shape to do anything, but
Yeah.
um, it was a rough year last year.
Yeah.
A little bit easier this year. So, but
Yeah.
yeah,
It takes time.
yeah,
The first year is always the roughest.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, not that I've lost a spouse, but I mean, as far as death goes.
yeah, yeah. I mean, just missing the family member and everything, but
Hmm.
yeah, and then we're gonna do it all over again on Christmas.
Yeah.
So, but see what else is going on. Uh, Anissa said she went out to eat. She said
Nice.
it was great. She said she had to pay 10.95 for her twins to eat rolls and mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
That was a bit much, but hey, at least they ate. And Frankie's Fine says, "What the heck is up with mac and cheese for Thanksgiving? I
Uh-huh.
don't remember the Pilgrims having mac and cheese." Eh,
That's actually uh I don't want to be not politically correct, but that's actually African American thing.
mm-hmm,
Um a black people thing. Because we have a friend of the family who's
mm-hmm,
African American or black or whatever you want to call him.
mm-hmm.
And he we invited him. He came to our Thanksgiving a few years, and yeah, he always brought macaroni and cheese. So I can't believe you white people don't eat macaroni and cheese for Thanksgiving. What's wrong with you?
I I make it from scratch, and
Hmm.
it's amazing.
Yeah, he
You know,
made
I don't
homemade
make
macaroni and cheese too.
I don't make it from the box. I
Yeah.
actually make it. You know, and it's very cheesy. It's very creamy, and everybody loves it. So,
Hmm. We had turkey, we had ham, we had stuffing, mashed potatoes, green bean, the mushroom soup, some kind of cauliflower bake, which my nephew's girlfriend made, which was really good. We had deviled eggs. Um, we had six different kinds of pies.
wow,
Uh, sweet potato or candied yams, I should say. Rolls. Um,
man, you guys just
cranberry,
had it all.
cranberry sauce. Yeah, we had everything. I mean, it was. Yeah. Then you worry you
Um,
don't have enough. But then when the food starts coming in, it's like, oh yeah, there's plenty. Potatoes, two different kinds of mashed potatoes my nephew made.
oh
I don't
wow,
understand why, but
yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh, the pumpkin cheesecake went
uh-huh.
over great. Everybody
Yeah,
loved
it's
it.
always a hit.
They really liked it. They were a
Yeah,
little apprehensive at first, but
yeah, they
yeah,
usually
they
are.
they loved it. So, um,
I'm glad it was a hit.
and my mother-in-law, she makes it's oyster dressing, which sounds disgusting.
Yeah, it
I've
does.
never tasted it, but it just yeah. So she always makes that. There's only two people that eat that, so she just makes a
Hmm.
little bowl for them, and then the rest she made just regular stuffing. So, but everything went good. It was it was a good dinner, and everything tasted really good, and and everything. But
So the cheesecake ended up cooking all through?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, everything was good with it. It
Good.
I don't know, it was a little bit, it cooked good, but it was when I took it out of the oven, like it was
Yeah.
middle was still kind of jiggly. But
Oh.
when I let it set for a minute, it was fine.
Oh.
It was fine.
Yeah. I
So
always just stick a knife in it, and if it comes out just about clean, then because sometimes it'll cook
mhm.
just a little bit more after you bring it out of the oven.
Right,
So if the knife is almost clean, I'll still take it out so it doesn't get dark on top.
right, right. Yeah, went over very well.
Good.
Everybody loved it. So
Good.
I
Yeah,
did bring
everybody's
some.
always a little apprehensive when they first pumpkin cheesecake. What the hell? And yeah, I mean, I used to make them before pumpkin cheesecake was cool.
Uh-huh.
And everybody was like, "What?" And I was like, "Just try it. It's good. If you like pumpkin pie and you like cheesecake, it's good."
Yeah. Yeah, it's very
And
good.
I prefer it over pumpkin pie. I've never been much of a pumpkin pie eater, but I prefer it over pumpkin pie.
I like pumpkin pie, but I don't like it um just by itself. I have to have whipped topping on it.
Me too.
I have to kind of pile the whipped topping on just to kind of, I don't know.
Yeah,
It just tastes better to me. It
me
just
too. I
tastes
love
better.
whipped cream.
Yeah.
My husband will be like, "Do you want some pie with your whipped cream?" Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, all in all, it was a good day. It was 68 degrees yesterday, which
nice.
was amazing. It's supposed to be
Yeah,
77 here today,
wow. It's supposed to be
and
nice here today, like 40 degrees or something.
60s all weekend.
Wow,
I
It's
think it's
supposed
nice.
to be
supposed to
a
be 55 here today.
really nice weekend.
Yeah,
Um,
it was really nice here yesterday. It was so nice.
so that's exciting. You know,
Yeah,
you don't get those. You don't get those every year. Those high
no, no,
temperatures every year.
no.
So
Yeah, it was so nice last night. We went to Bentleyville. I'm sure you saw my pictures. I
yeah,
might
I see
try
that.
to put a slideshow together for YouTube so that people can see it. That aren't my friends on Facebook, which I don't know why they aren't, but it's fine. Um, so they can still see it too.
Okay.
It was fun.
Frankie's Fine says she worked with a guy who was a fabulous baker. He made a pumpkin roll every year for the office. It was wonderful. Yeah, those pumpkin rolls are really good too. I really like those.
We usually make 3 or 4 pumpkin cheesecakes for my husband's work every holiday. Well, every Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Uh-huh.
Um, the guys at work just love it, and then there's a guy at work. We make one just for him.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Well, now my daughter has taken the torch for pumpkin cheesecakes, and she's doing a lot better this year. They taste a lot better this year, so
Good.
they're starting to taste more like mine.
Yeah.
It was rough last year, but she got through it.
Yeah. My mom, her signature dish was her potato salad. She made
My mom,
amazing potato salad. Amazing.
yeah,
And so my sister, Amy, she actually is probably the closest one to my mom's
yeah,
as far as making that. And so my daughter called me last night or yesterday morning. I think it was yesterday morning and maybe Wednesday night. And she goes, "Do you have that recipe?" And I said, "I probably have it somewhere, but I said you probably want to get it from your Aunt Amy because she makes it, you know,
yeah,
almost identical to grandma's." So
yeah.
She got it from.
I'm pretty damn close.
Are you?
Mm.
Then you and Amy are probably like neck and neck because yeah, that's good though. But I told her, I said you need to kind of get that recipe, and I said that can be your signature dish.
Yeah.
Get it down and make it for every every outing or every get together or whatever. And I said you'll have it down. You won't even need the recipe. You'll just put it all together and
My mom
know.
wasn't allowed to go anywhere without her potato salad.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I don't even need a recipe
Yeah, me neither.
for that and there's so many ingredients, but like
There is.
there's pickle juice, 2 kinds of pickle juice, and it's like everything, and you
And
just
nobody realizes that pickle juice. If you don't have that pickle juice,
Hmm.
it's not the same.
it don't do nothing.
I make
It's
my
not the
mom's
same.
potato salad just like she made. My dad is always asking me to make it. He's like, "Oh God, you make it just like your mom. It tastes just like when your mom used to make it." He's
Aw.
like, "I'd never have this potato salad again," because he just loves it. Me personally, I hate making potato salad.
Do you?
I hate it. Of all the things I have to cook, I hate making potato salad. But plus, I hate it because I always make too much and there's leftovers, and I eat it and eat it and eat it, and
Right.
I just
Right.
eat too much of it and I get gas, and
I
no,
Right.
love eating potato salad for a week after
I do too. But I
I
get sick.
bake it. I love it because it's always there. And you know what? My kids won't eat it.
There you go.
It's just
Yeah,
me and Brandon, to the test for the last scoop,
yeah.
Uh, yeah. But like I told Tina, I said you've got to start making your own family
Mhm.
traditions and your own things because you've got your family and you every year it's
Yep.
I said next year you'll probably be making Thanksgiving for your family and
Hmm.
so but yeah, that's good. It's good to pass that stuff down.
Everywhere I go, my spam salad's a hit. Um, except for the
Spam
steam club. Yeah,
spam salad.
yeah, spam salad.
Ew.
Cut up spam in cubes. You cut up cheese in cubes, or what I do is I don't cut up the cheese in cubes. I just use shredded cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Use those little cremette rings
Uh-huh.
noodles, and you got to use the ring noodles, not any other kind of noodle. We've tried different noodles to make it more
Mm-hmm.
substantial.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't taste the same. You
Hmm.
just make it like tuna salad. It's spam, cheese, those ring noodles, mayonnaise, well, Miracle Whip, and milk.
Hmm.
Milk makes it a little creamier.
Right. Interesting. I
You
have to
can't do
tell
it
you,
without the milk. It doesn't taste the same without the milk either. Because
I
I
must
tried
tell
making it. My friend used to make it, and my husband's like, "We gotta learn how to make this, so we don't have to keep having her make it." So I tried to do it, and it never tasted the same. And I told her, I says, every time I try to make that stupid spam salad, it doesn't look difficult,
uh-huh.
but it does not taste the same as yours. She goes, add a dab of milk,
Huh.
and that was the trick.
Wow.
Yeah, it's so good. Mm.
I must tell you, I've never ate spam.
Huh? Really?
I've never had it.
Well, when we were kids, spam was really expensive. I mean, it's still kind of expensive, but when we were kids, I mean, when we were, but it started getting expensive. I know when we
Yeah.
were kids, it was cheap, but
I'm
it
surprised,
got
Valerie.
expensive.
I'm surprised because Dad always liked spam and potatoes. Mom would make
Yeah,
that for him.
and spam and eggs.
I wouldn't eat the spam though.
Oh,
I would only eat the potatoes.
oh,
Try it sometime. It's
you're
good.
one of them.
Uh-huh.
It's really rich. You don't want to eat too much of it, but it's really good.
Huh.
Looks disgusting. Well, it looks like canned ham.
Yeah.
but it's really good, especially in Spam salad. My little Gus, he was a Beagle mix, and that was my boy, and he would hear just even me starting to click the can to open it, and all of a sudden I'd hear his nails on the hardwood floor, and he was coming for Spam.
It's so weird that you say that, because me and Brandon were talking yesterday about how our dogs do the same thing, except it's for potato peelings. They love potato peelings. You start peeling potatoes, and they will run into the kitchen and sit by you, wait patiently until you get some of those peelings off there, and they're expecting them.
Oh, that's weird. I never heard a dog like potato peeling.
Oh yeah, all three of mine. Well, one of them doesn't like it so much, but Prancer and Fuzzy both love them.
Huh.
They'll sit right there and wait patiently until you get them out, and then they're expecting them.
Tater dogs.
Yep.
Tater dogs.
That is weird. Hi, Todd.
Good morning, Todd.
Hi, Todd.
What are you youngins up to?
Oh, not much. I'm having a tea fit.
Tea fit.
Yeah, tea fit. I ran out of sugar, and so I can't make sweet tea.
Oh.
So I am like fiending right now for my sweet tea.
I drink some of that stevia type stuff in my coffee. Stevia?
Stevia, yeah. What'd you say, Nikki?
I said, you have a car, go get some.
Yeah.
Brakes don't work. It's all right.
Actually, did you ask Walter?
Did I ask Walter what?
If he would look at it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what happened?
He's taking it to the shop today.
Oh, good.
So I brought Rose's car home.
Oh, good.
And then and today is lunch day, so I'll go and pick her up, go to lunch, and then we'll figure out what's going on with the truck.
Awesome.
He's gonna take it down to the shop to his guy and see what's going on with it. So
that's awesome.
That's good. And then maybe that guy can become your guy.
Maybe.
You know, if Walter trusts him, then that's a good thing.
Yeah.
You know.
That's true.
I thought every guy was Valerie's guy.
Shoot, I wish.
Maybe
the things we wish for.
Is he single? Maybe he could be your guy.
There you go.
As long as you don't call him Cooter, I think he'd be all right.
Yeah.
He might take some offense to that.
Yeah, maybe. That's funny.
I know, Sally, the other day when we were talking about the brakes, my husband's like, I really wish we lived closer to your friend. He was really worried about you not having brakes.
Aww.
He was like, well, you know, if it was me or you, because, you know, we've done it before, I wouldn't worry so much about her driving it, but I really don't want your friend to get hurt, and then I'd feel bad.
Yeah. And I appreciate that. I completely, get that.
Yeah.
Completely understand that. And I would feel the same way, if I told somebody to do something and then they got hurt. I'd feel horrible because, you feel like that's your fault. But I figured if it worked the other day and I maneuvered it enough, I didn't go fast. Like I was saying earlier, it's in the country, so I know where all the stop signs are. I know where all the turns are. So, before I get there, I'll slow down and everything. And, there wasn't,
handle it.
there was never a time when I was driving it that I, didn't have brakes. Like I could stop.
Yeah.
So And I figured if it got too bad, you know, and I was on the side of the road or something, I have AAA. All I had to do was make a phone call, you know.
Yeah. I paused or I muted myself to talk. Isn't that funny? No, but like I was saying is you can you don't drive your vehicle that much, so that, like, you know, that's probably one reason why you haven't had very many problems with it. You don't really go out every day, you know, to do stuff and all of that. So that's probably why you haven't had a whole lot of problems with it.
Right. Because I, you know, for me, it's pretty normal for me to be, I maybe go out twice a week, if that. Usually it's about once a week. Just because I don't like to spend, you know, money on gas, and I'm a cheapskate, and so, and where am I going to go?
The store.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if you have money, that's fine, but you know, usually I don't have money to go blow at the thrift store.
Yeah.
So
I found my boob last night.
You what?
I found my boob last night.
What?
I was like, did you lose it? Did you lose one?
Is it kind of attached?
We have a problem more prominent than brakes if you lost a boob.
Oh. You actually have a separate one.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's my triple nipple.
I was wondering why you were massaging your boob the other day, because
Yeah.
you were missing that one. So
you know, Brandon has one of those.
He has one of what?
A triple nipple.
No, Sally, don't go there.
It's little though. It's little. It's like this big.
No.
The whole thing is like that big, but it's a triple nipple. That's his birthmark. One of his birthmarks, besides having a hole in his ear like me.
Nope. Hello, Turtle.
I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys one day whenever he's got his shirt off, which is always.
Frankie's fine. Everyone needs an extra boob.
That's right.
I'm sure he appreciates you telling us that too.
I know. I'm so. I can't talk today. I'm such gonna get a spanking. That's what I was gonna say.
And Hank said, "Yeah, maybe that guy can become your new cooter." And I said, "Yeah, that's what I need, a new cooter." I cracked myself up. Oh my goodness. 2 boobs are plenty. That's what I said.
You know, you guys used to always blame me and Jason for the conversation going south. I think you guys do just. You don't need me and Jason to turn the chat south.
We're just being off the wall today, but it's a normal thing for you, Nikki and Jason.
Yeah. Becomes normal to y'all. But
I think it's been you guys the whole time.
That's what I'd say
too. That's somebody to blame.
Yeah.
I'm the good sister.
I kind of, yeah, okay. Keep telling yourself that. What was I going to say here? Oh. So I'm probably going to be gone. Probably not most of the day, but the majority of the day.
Damn it.
Oh, yeah. I was like, where are you going?
Oh. Because I don't know how long that's going to take, and I can't just come home.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if it's going to get done today. It may be next week. So if that's the case, I'll just have her bring me home. But you know, if that's the case, I've got to go by the store to get sugar because I have to have my tea. So.
But write your list while you're out. You may as well, you know, get everything that you need. You know.
Yeah.
So that you don't have to go back into town or whatever.
Yeah. I'll be fine. It'll be good. What's going on with Nikki?
I don't know. She keeps popping in and out. What are you doing, Nikki?
Stupid call came in and it screws up my audio.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
It's okay.
That's all right.
No worries.
We're just wondering what's going on with you.
I'm gonna take
this.
Well,
it's these stupid telemarketers coming and calling me. It's like I have my own freaking health insurance. Take me off your damn list.
Right.
And the other day, this woman called me, and she started talking, and I said, "Take me off your list. Put me on your do not call list." And she just didn't even falter. She just kept on talking. And I'm like, "Hey, do you hear me? Hello?" And she just kept on talking. And then when she finally stopped, she's like, "Now, can I help you with this?" And I said, "No, take me off your call list." I said, "Put me on your do not call list." I said, "What is wrong with you? Didn't you hear me talking to you?" "I'm sorry to bother you, ma'am." Click. I was like, what the hell? I mean, I was nice to her at first, you know. But, I mean, they got a job to do, I understand. But, you know, don't ignore me when I'm telling you, take me off your list. No matter what she said to me, unless she said she was going to give me completely free health insurance, I was not going to buy something from her because I have health insurance.
Yeah.
And I really doubt she can give me a better deal than what I got. So, for my husband's work. Especially now, he's got this one insurance. We pay like or it's either 125 or 225 for both of us. And a month, which ain't terrible. But now he's going to end up paying like $25 more a month. And each of us can go to the doctor for free for any reason 3 times a year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to get a good health insurance for that cheap.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good deal, I think. And now we can go to the doctor for free. I mean, we used to be able to go for a physical once a year for free.
Mm.
But now we're going to be able to go for any reason at all 3 times a year for free.
Right.
I mean, to me, that's great.
Yeah.
And now Gary's like, I decided to get that without asking you because now you can go see the doctor when you need to go see the doctor instead of saying, well, I want to pay a bill. Well, now you have no excuse. 3 times a year, you have to go see the doctor.
Right.
I said, well, if it's covered, I will go. If it's 100% covered, you know.
Yeah. That teacher was really cool that came with that cappuccino machine.
Yeah.
He said that he had one right whenever the coffee shop opened at their school, that he had one that he got for free. And and so that one just went out. Like that one just quit on him. And so he said, so, and the one that he had is older than this one, but like all of the fittings that I don't have will fit on that one. And I was like, oh, that is so awesome.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, thank you so much, you know, for buying this. I really appreciate it, you know. And you know, it'll help me out with my bills and stuff. And he's like, "Oh, no problem, and thank you for having it." And he says they're so expensive, and
Yeah.
you had the best deal that I could find. So I was like, I'm glad that I could have it for you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome. And you got it for free, right?
Yeah. Well, I traded a keyboard for it, but
Yeah.
I got the keyboard for free, so.
Yeah. And you got more money for that than you would of the keyboard, I suppose.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. A keyboard as in a musical keyboard or a computer keyboard?
Yeah. Musical.
Oh.
Reminds me, I need to get the other two listed. I have two other keyboards. Musical
Oh, yeah, get those
keyboards.
listed. People are buying them right now.
Yeah. Yep, I got to get them on there. Yeah. Hopefully my sales keep on going. I need to get my packages out though.
Yeah, I'm going to list a lot today.
Got to relist.
I've got probably 5 at least $100 items that I want to get listed today.
Awesome.
I've got a lot of stuff I need to get listed. I've got a Sega system I need to get listed, that I've had since last year. I was going to list last Christmas. I have, and it's all tested, ready to go. I've got massagers that I need to get listed. I've just got tons of stuff that needs to get. And this is the time of year to do it,
Right.
I mean, some of that stuff I'll sell all year, but these things are things that sell best this time of year,
Right.
They usually fly off the shelves this time of year.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm gonna go take my stuff out. I'll be back.
Okay.
I heated up some stuffing and turkey and gravy, and it's ice cold. I didn't heat it up long enough. Ugh.
Uh-oh.
I hate when I take an ice cream.
Cold stuffing. Yeah.
Yuck.
Massagers? What were you guys talking about?
I have a bunch of stuff I need to get listed. Today I'm going to get, I told Sally I've got at least 5 things that are worth at least $100.
Wow.
I got to get listed.
Each?
And then I've got massagers that need to be listed, and I've got just a lot of stuff that needs to be listed right now.
Yeah.
That, most of the stuff will sell most of the times of the year, but this kind of stuff always sells this time of year, good.
Right.
So.
Yeah, get that stuff up.
Yeah.
Get that stuff going. It looks like I've got 476 items ending today. So I need to get my relist up and get that going.
Oh, of course. I filled the truck up yesterday. Now I get my coupon today for $1 off of free gas.
Oh, isn't that the way it works?
It does. Every single freaking time.
Oh, my gosh.
Because it works on diesel, too, where we got 10-cent off coupons in the paper yesterday, but they're not for diesel. You can only use them for gas.
Oh,
and then my nephew gave me a thing for 10 cents off at Holiday every time we go for gas, but it's only gas too. You can't use it on diesel.
Oh, wow. Huh.
Yeah.
That's weird. You'd think that it would be for both.
Well, you think so, but.
Yeah. Yeah, I was hoping to really bust loose and get some, get a lot of stuff up today, but it doesn't look like today's going to be a listing. Maybe tonight, but not not today. I'll be out and about today. So, that's just the way it goes, and just gotta take it and run with it and hope for the best. I'll get some. I will get some stuff listed. Probably later today and tonight, so I should be okay. Got a few things. Got 3 things coming, going off in an hour and 45 minutes. So. Frankie's fine, said she's scheduled a pickup for today. That's good. Yep, the post office is open today. They're up and running.
My post office told me, yep, if you got to ship Friday, it'll be nice and easy because they're slower than hell on Black Friday. So everybody's out shopping. Nobody's at the post office.
Yeah. Blackberry Thistle Tea says, Valerie, you getting your brakes fixed? Yeah, that's the plan. So I took it over to my in-laws. My father-in-law is going to take it up to his guy, and but my mother-in-law was saying that they're probably going to be closed. So he goes, well, if they're closed, then we can take it up on Monday. But he's gonna take it up there, see if they're open, see if he can't get it fixed for me. So that's the plan. So it'll be good. It'll be good to get that fixed, get that little thing taken care of. So he goes, yeah. He said, I filled up your brake fluid. He said it was completely empty. And I said, well, yeah, it has a leak. So, and that tube that I found, I definitely think that was, I have never heard, I mean, I don't know a whole lot about cars, but I've never heard of a leak, a leak hose, I don't know. Because there was a hose that wasn't connected to anything that I seen. I couldn't figure out, I got under the truck and was looking, I couldn't figure out where it went. So I told him, and he's like, yeah, he said that's a hose for, what did I say? It's a hose for a leak hose or something.
You
I
said
don't
a
know.
vent hose.
A vent
You
hose.
said a vent hose.
Yeah, vent. So I was like, well, I don't know. I mean, that you would think that if there was an actual thing for that, which there could have been, but you would think that it would be shorter. Like the longer it is, the more chances it's going to get hooked on something, or knocked loose or something like that. So I don't know. It didn't make sense to me. But like I said, I'm not a mechanic, so I don't know. But yeah, car problems. I wish I knew a little bit more about cars that, and actually Mike taught me a lot about, he taught me how to change my own oil. He taught me how to check the spark plugs, and he was always trying to help, learn me about stuff like that, because there was a lot of times where he, was gone during the week. With his other job, he was gone usually Sunday to Friday, and so he wanted me to be more independent, and if there was something going on, he knew that I couldn't fix it, but I could try to figure out what it was. Um,
Well,
don't worry about.
even if you could do it on your, figure it out on your own, and you go to the mechanic shop and you act like you know something,
Right.
You know, that's me before I take something into a shop, which I very rarely do because my husband used to be a master mechanic. But what I do is I make sure my husband tells me absolutely everything I need to know about that. Even if I don't understand it, I tell him, you tell me what you're going to tell these people.
Right.
And so that when I go in there, I look like I know what I'm talking about.
Right.
Then they're
Right.
not going to say, oh, I can screw her. She has no clue what she's talking about. You know what I mean?
Right. I can tell her she needs a new alternator when she doesn't
Yeah.
probably need a new alternator.
Well, that was the other day before I took it to the shop for the tires. I mean, for $20 for 2 tires, I mean, that's not even worth doing it yourself,
Right.
especially when it's cold outside. Anyways,
Right.
It's the best thing during Christmas
he
time
said,
right now.
yeah, he says, make sure when he tells you that the water pump is leaking, that he doesn't talk you into getting it fixed. He says, I know it's leaking. Tell him I know it's leaking. We will get it fixed.
Right.
I was like, all right. Well, he never even mentioned it. So, but
I mean, Mike, he used to work when he had a problem with his truck. You know, he used to fix it. And he'd pull over to the side of the road, and he had tools, and he would normally fix whatever the problem was. He would normally fix it. It was pretty rare that he had to have it towed or have a mechanic come out.
that's the way my
So
husband is. Love it.
you know, he hated to call the mechanic.
Yeah.
You know, and if it was something that he was stumped on, he would call a mechanic like at his shop or a friend or something like that and say, you know, it's doing this, so what do you think that is? You know, if he
Yeah.
couldn't figure it out. But let's see. Blackberry Thistle Tea says, I worry about you, Val. I'm fine. I'm okay.
Yeah.
Um,
You have a nice support system too.
I do. I do. I really do. I have a support system here. I know that I could come to you guys, you
Mhm.
know, and you know, get that support and that help, and you know, and I appreciate it. Absolutely.
Well, I mean, you have
And
your
then
in-laws too, which is
and
a
my
good.
in-laws, you know. Yeah, I mean, you don't find very many in-laws out there that treat their
No, they treat
husband's wife like their own kid.
yeah, they treat you
You
very
know.
well.
Yeah, and you know, I'm blessed for that
Yeah.
because, you know, it doesn't happen every day. So, let's see. Sharky Mom Deal says, what year model of car? It is a 96 Ford F-150. Um, Frankie's Fine says, I know just enough about cars to know when the mechanic is blowing smoke up my butt.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing, you know, I mean, I know some basic stuff. So, I mean, if they sit there and try to tell me some stupid shit,
Right.
you know, it can at least, I may not know what he's talking about, but a lot of times it can raise a red flag where I need to call my husband and say, hey, this guy's telling me this. What do you think? You know, and normally he can figure it out, you know.
Right.
My husband's really good. Usually my husband has learned my sound effects, you know, because I'll tell him, you know, because I don't know that much about the mechanics of the car. I mean, I know the basics or whatever, but I can go to my husband. I listen to everything because I know what it sounds like. And so if I hear a weird noise, I was the same way when I drove truck. And I go into the terminal and the mechanics and I'd be like, yeah, it's making this noise, you know, and I'll be sitting there, they would look at me like I was a total reject, you know. But that for years, that's what I did with my husband. I do with my husband, you know. I tell him what the noise, or I describe the noise, or I make the noise, or whatever, and he figures it out just by what I'm telling him.
Wow.
But the mechanics at the terminals all across the country thought I was an idiot. So I go in there, well, it's making this kind of noise, and I'd make the noise, you know, and they'd be like, "What?"
Blackberry Thistle Tea says, I just sold my car to my aunt. My dad gave me his 2014 Ford Escape.
Oh, love.
It's sweet with Sirius radio and all.
Oh my God, I loved my Ford Escape. I loved my Ford Escape. You were so lucky.
So I guess Dad got a new truck. So
I'm not a Ford fan, but the Ford Escape was one of probably the best thing Ford ever made.
yeah,
It ranks right up there with the Taurus. I
yeah,
loved my Ford Escape. That thing was like a tank. It got through anything. And it didn't you didn't have to put it into four-wheel drive full time. It had, I don't forget what it's called, but you could put it in auto to go into four-wheel drive. It would, but you didn't have to
yep,
drive in four-wheel drive and use all your gas,
yep.
I just
Yeah,
loved the Ford Escape.
that's the way that my Mitsubishi Outlander was, because it was an
Mhm.
all-wheel drive. But if you needed the four-wheel drive, you could just put it in the
Yeah,
auto,
yeah,
and it would do whatever it needed to do when it needed to do it. You
yeah,
know, it just knew.
yeah. You're so
So
lucky you got your Ford Escape. Oh, I love the Ford Escape.
yeah, if I was gonna get an SUV, I probably would get a Ford Escape.
Yeah, I want to get
Um,
another one. I loved it.
and Frankie Spine says she loved her Taurus. Went through
Yeah.
snow like nobody's business.
And a Taurus stood the test of time.
Yeah,
Those things never went down. I mean, the people are
yeah,
still driving those Tauruses, and
Mhm.
yeah, just wonderful cars. They're big cars. They're good in the snow, and they just stood the test of time. I think that's why they had to quit making them, because you know, they weren't breaking down.
right. Yeah, but yes, they have been right there with me, and they have, you know, helped me through, things with the house and with
Hmm.
the cars and everything, and I appreciate them greatly.
Yeah,
And you know, that's you know, if I had a reason to stay in the area, that would probably be the reason to stay.
yeah,
Um, you know, um, and I've considered it. I've kind of thought about it, sticking around for them, just
yeah,
because, like his mom, she's 70, she'll be 75 in January, and she's by herself most of the time.
yeah,
She's, and she's in that farmhouse and everything,
yeah,
and I wish I would like to be closer to her. Um, and if I felt like I feel like if I needed to, I would probably stay for her. But you know, other people have said, yeah, you got to live your life too, though. So I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. But and I definitely plan on taking care of them. Once the whole court thing is all done and over with, they will be taken care of. So, um, yeah, that's my plan. Grandma Magic Classic says, my kids were chatting about cars, and one said they wanted a vintage K car. Laughed my ass off. Vintage, then I realized, oh yeah, I'm old. I don't know even I don't even know what a K car is. What is that? I don't know what that is.
I don't know either.
Sorry, how
I've
long
heard
were
of
you
them,
married?
but
I was Mike and I were married for not quite 7 years. I think it was 7 years.
Yeah.
I think it was he died August 2nd of 2016, and our anniversary was in September for 7 years. So not
my
quite 7 years.
my thing I'm impressed with is not that they treat you like part of the family when Mike was alive,
Hmm.
because my in-laws treated me like that. But I could totally see my in-laws not treating me like that if my husband died.
Mm-hmm.
If my husband was no longer in the picture,
Mm-hmm.
I could totally see my in-laws saying, kicking me to the curb. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I
Right.
think it's impressive that they still are like that with you after he
Right.
passed away.
Right. Well, it was weird
That's
because like
volume.
our first little get together when I guess when I first came here, that's really when everybody met me. And Mike was telling me on the way home, he's like, they really like you.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay. And he goes, yeah, I think they like you better than they like me. And I was like, oh, well, I guess that's a good thing, you know.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, he said, you fit in so well with them. And, you know, you know, you're just you, and you're not pretentious. You're not, you know, you're not pretending you're something
Mm-hmm.
that you're not or whatever, you know, you're just
Yeah.
a down home person. And, you know, so, and I've always liked them, and they've always we've never had any, you know, any problems.
That's
So,
awesome. That is so
Man,
awesome.
eBay fees on that cappuccino machine was $22.88.
Yeah.
whew,
That's just eBay, not counting PayPal.
yeah. Let's see. So, Blackberry Thistletea said K car. Frankie's Fine said Chrysler, I think, back in the 70s. Okay. She said it's a 1970s box playing car.
Oh, I know
Yeah.
what you're talking about now.
It was an old lady car when it came out, I think. Okay. Huh. Yeah, I don't know why anybody would want that kind of a car, but whatever, float your boat.
No, but like they're super like cars like that and like the old Chevy trucks and stuff like that in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
Those cars are so easy to fix. Like you
Yeah.
can get your hands in there, you know.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
they just smush everything together and
Yeah.
you got stuff down by the wheel well and stuff like that that you can't even get to. You have
Yep.
to have a freaking what do you call it? Like a shop basically to lift it up so that you can get underneath it, you know,
Yeah.
and get in there, and it's still hard.
Well, it's like my husband could fix my van, but he just refuses to because he doesn't like working in the doghouse.
Yeah.
You know, it's just too small, and he's just irritated by it. And he's like, "No, I'm not fixing it. We got our
Yeah.
money's worth out of it. Just move on."
Right.
Let it go.
Yeah. Well, I haven't let it go. It's storage now.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I'm still getting my money's worth out of it.
You guys haven't tried these yet? Oh my gosh.
what is it?
It's a Starbucks peppermint mocha. I stole it from Job.
I don't like mocha.
Oh, so good. It's not overpowered by the peppermint, but oh.
But you
Yeah, I
can
don't like
definitely
mocha.
taste it.
Huh?
I said, but you can definitely taste it.
Yeah.
That's cool. I don't know how I would like the peppermint, but
I like peppermint and cocoa. Mm.
well, mocha and coffee it's just mixed up. It's just, but a lot of people don't like it like that.
I mean hot cocoa.
That's the way I have to drink. That's the way I have to drink my coffee is mocha.
Huh.
So I have the coffee and then I have chocolate put in there, and
I've
then
never cared for the mocha. I don't know why.
that way I can drink it. I don't know. I used to brew coffee just to have the smell of coffee in the house, of the smell of the brew.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't drink it. It would be more like a scent or like aromatherapy for me. I wouldn't drink the coffee. I just smelt it. But at least now I drink it. Doesn't sound too crazy. So Sally, when are you off next?
Never.
Never? Well,
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Wait. Tuesday and Wednesday.
That's good. Well, it's better than never.
That's true.
Kind of had a feeling that was a lie, but
Yeah.
It's a lie.
That's what I tell Brandon whenever I go to sleep too late and I'm so tired, and he goes, when do you want me to wake you up for dinner? And I say, never.
Sorry, I'm in and out. We're still doing Thanksgiving stuff around here with family and whatnot.
That's all right.
are you?
Yeah, my youngest kid is here.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And then Gwen's mom's coming over later, and then we're gonna have another Thanksgiving, and yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh, fun. Week.
Yeah. That boy helped me set up a big tent in my front yard yesterday.
Oh, nice.
So I was taking pictures for eBay and stuff, you know. And I know the neighbors were thinking, she's done it. She's kicked him out of the house. So I listed the tent and it sold in an hour.
Awesome.
Wow.
So
Wow.
that's a nice tent, $350.
Woo.
Nice.
Nice. Well, you should definitely be paid
What'd you
back
get?
from that lot that you bought. Huh?
Huh?
You've definitely got your money back from that lot already, haven't you?
Yeah, I sold a two-man tent for 110.
Yeah.
I sold a lantern or what was it, a lantern? I can't remember, something else for 60. And then I sold this tent for 350.
That's awesome.
So the whole auction I gave 450. So, and then I got just a bunch of stuff left to list from it. I got all the what do you call those coffee pots and stuff that I got?
Percolators?
Let's see. Cuisinarts. I got 4 different things of Cuisinarts that I haven't even listed yet. So, yeah, nice to make a profit.
Very good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, there was a Cuisinart
in
my thrift store the other day that they wanted $20 for.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Steven said, how about the buddy? That's what sold for 60. So
awesome.
Did your son say, hey, now you owe me, or what? I set it up.
Oh, believe me. Yeah, I don't owe him nothing. In fact, yeah. Yeah, BlackBerry. I haven't started the sales yet. I don't even know how to do a sale since I haven't made a sale since they changed it all up. But I did put best offer on everything pretty much.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the other show was telling me I need to run some sales because other than the 10, I haven't sold much the last couple of days. So,
It's coming.
Yeah.
We got a
Hold
snow
on to your,
blower.
hold on to your britches.
I got that online auction ending today at 5 o'clock, so I've already got outbid on about half the stuff I put bids on. But that's okay.
Somebody's flashing their stuff, huh?
Yeah, those Barbies are going for more than I thought they would. Some people are bidding. Like the Lucy ones, they're already bid up to like $15. I love Lucy ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got an I Love Lucy collector. They're bidding on them probably.
Yeah.
So I got to get them cheaper than that to resell,
Yeah.
so I had to let those go.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Well,
They're probably just getting them to keep them.
The thing is that you have to have that mindset of, you can let it go. There's gonna be more coming. You don't have to get all of the things in one auction. You can, you can let things go.
Right.
Because there's an overabundance of stuff in this world, and there's always stuff that we can make money on, even if we can't get it that one time.
Yeah, the crazy card said, nice, thought it must have been. Yeah, that tent, we set it up, and the only thing wrong with the whole tent was there was a candy wrapper in it. I mean, it other than that, it looked like it had never even been used or set up.
Wow.
So
Wow.
it's just fine condition. It's basically just like new.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Anyway, yeah, and it had there was a zip-on garage attachment to it and the ground cloth to go under it. So it's
Wow.
and by REI, that's a pretty fancy camping,
Yeah.
outdoor sports place. So
Mm-hmm.
I probably sold it too cheap, but I don't know, $350. I'll take it.
Yep.
Plus $50 shipping.
There you go.
So it actually sold for $400.
That's great, Todd.
Yeah.
I got to drive over to FedEx tomorrow and stick it in the 33 miles to the nearest FedEx drop off from here. Because USPS would charge me about $1,500 to ship that thing.
Wow.
Are you serious?
No, I don't know. It'd probably be
I was gonna
around
say that's quite expensive.
70 or 80, and
Yeah.
and FedEx will ship it for what, 30? I don't know.
Yeah.
40. It's a big tent. It's a 6-person, 2-bedroom with a veranda, and it's nice.
Wow. So it's a huge tent.
Yeah. Yeah, I took a picture. One of the pictures I took was my boy standing out in front of it. He was doing all flex muscly thing. I said, do you mind me putting this in the eBay ad? No, the more women that see me, haha. Okay.
Oh, he sounds like a handful.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's cute, though.
Anyway, yeah, I gotta go kill some rats. I may be back.
Okay.
How late are you gonna go this
Have
morning?
fun rat killing.
How late are you gonna go this morning?
Probably till about 10. We'll probably
Oh.
shut it down around 10 because I gotta go to run around.
Happy Black Friday.
Do some stuff. Yeah,
You
you
too.
too. Have fun.
Have fun with your family.
Have another Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Yesterday was actually Ringo's first day out by himself with the other dogs. I left
Oh.
him out for 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, like 6 hours. And
Wow.
he was still there, so I guess he did good. He passed the test. So
Oh, you let
that's
them out
great.
without a leash?
Yeah, just
Well,
put him
you
in the
have a
backyard.
fenced in yard, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
the yard's fenced.
Yeah.
But you just never know, especially, a small dog like that can fit through pretty small places. So
Yeah.
I wanted him to get a little bit big enough where he couldn't, like, fit through any of
Mm-hmm.
those holes.
Yeah.
Now, Honey, what she would do is she would run and she would bust the wood. So she would
Mm-hmm.
run and just bust up against it and break the wood on the fence,
Oh.
and then that would be her way to, because it's an old fence. So that's how she created holes. She didn't have to dig. She was so big, she just had to bump up against it. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
he's doing pretty good actually. I'm really happy with it. And
Good.
And I think he's big enough so the chicken hawks can't carry him away.
yeah, I think he'll be okay. I think he'll be okay.
Well, with the other dogs around too,
Mm-hmm.
he'll kind of follow their lead a little bit. So,
Right.
so that keeps him around
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. And Elvis is pretty strict on him.
Yeah,
I mean, he don't let him get away with a whole lot.
that's good.
So he keeps him in good line, in line pretty good. So that's good.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry,
Well,
I'm just trying to get all these
that was my
relists
Gus.
done.
He we had my Gus. We had the Saint Bernard puppy, and God, he was such a little jerk when he was a puppy. And I mean, he would literally, I'd be carrying something across the yard, and thank God I lived in the country because he'd pull my shorts down,
Oh,
underwear and all, you know. And I mean, he was just a little jerk at times, when he was a puppy. And all my shorts had holes in them because he'd come and bite my butt and everything. And God, he was such just a little jerk. Anyways, and every time I get out of the car, and this was after knee surgery, he would charge me and
Oh
knock me
God.
over. Well, Gus started leading him away. He'd bark at him and chase him away from me when I'd get out of the car.
mm-hmm.
And it was like Gus was training him, And then when Gus passed away, it was like Jake transformed into the man of the house. Then he was out there protecting me instead of attacking me,
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't attacking me. He wanted to play with me, But
Yeah.
but instead of doing that, after Gus passed away, it was like he transformed into my protector. And then he would be outside all hours of the night with me when I was out in the garage working. When I'd walk into the house, he would lead me into the house. And if I kind of went off the path that he wanted me to go,
Mm-hmm.
the way he wanted me to go, he would bark at me to follow him. And it was amazing. I mean, it was so weird how, and I honestly believe Gus trained him to take care of me,
Yeah.
I really do believe that. Because Gus was that smart. I mean, it was scary. I mean, if I wouldn't have known better, I'd have thought he was human. That's
Right.
how smart he was. I mean, he was just amazing, an amazing dog. And Lugnut's got potential to be a lot like him. Even though he was never around when Gus was around.
Mm-hmm.
But he's got potential to be almost as good a dog as he was. So
Well, that's good.
yeah. I think I'm in luck with Lugnut. I think it's gonna be, even though he's a pain in the ass
Yeah.
sometimes.
Well, and I think of all the things that Ringo does right now, And remember back in the day, Elvis was the same way. You know, I think they just have to get
Yeah.
out of that puppy stage.
They do. Yep.
And then once they get, you know, usually about a year and a half to
Yep.
2 years,
Yep.
they really mold into, you know, they turn adult.
Yeah.
And they don't do those, you know, those stupid puppy things that they used to do.
Yep.
So, and I'm really thankful for that,
Yeah.
because that really does help a lot.
And he's actually been, he seems like he's been an actual pretty good puppy for being a puppy.
Yeah, he's been
He
great.
seems to be pretty good.
Yeah, he's been pretty good. And you know, as far as the whole potty training thing, he's had a few accidents, but you know, for the most part, he's been pretty good.
That's good.
It does, and it helps because I'm taking him out, you know, about every hour. Um, and that helps a lot. He's kind of gotten to the place now where he can go about every hour and a half or so. But you know, I still try and take him out, you know, every hour or so,
Yeah.
and that cuts down on my whole thing too. So it all works together. Frankie's Fine says you have a Jeep Patriot. I can't say that word. So 30 will fill it, and 20 for the thrift store. There you go. Sounds good. Yeah, my truck actually has, and I love this feature that it has a double gas tank, a dual
Oh,
gas
cool.
tank. And so, yeah, I really I really like that. Um, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's more gas, but it'll last, you know, as much as I travel, it'll last a lot longer too. So
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Yep, that's right. Blackberry thistle tea. Hair comes first. I
Have a
feel
good
ya.
day, Blackberry Thistle Tea.
Yeah. Have a great day, and
Have a great
Lolly.
Miss Lolly, Lollipop. Oh. Oh, gosh. But
I'm staying home today, getting some work
it's
done.
good. Yeah.
We bought a new TV last night for the bedroom, a 30 or a 40-inch TV for the bedroom. I said, what the hell do we need a 40-inch TV for the bedroom? Well, first of all, Gary wanted to go up to Best Buy and get a 50-inch.
Oh.
And I was like, and that's way up on the hill.
Right.
And he was like, and this was going to be his birthday. His birthday is on December 5th. So this was going to be his birthday gift. Anyways, he's like, well, I really want the 50-inch. And I says, what the hell do you need a 50-inch in the bedroom for? But he spends a lot of time there. He likes to watch TV in the bedroom, you know. So anyways, we were worried that there wouldn't be any up there.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, let's just go get the 40-inch at Walmart. So we went and got the 40-inch at Walmart. It was like $125 for a 40-inch TV, which isn't bad.
No, it's not bad at all.
Kind of an off-brand, but I think it'll be all right. Plus, it's just a bedroom TV, so you know, if it lasts a few years, we'll get our $125 out of it.
Yep.
So we went and got that on our way home. And then my nephew called me and said, yeah, I don't see any of those TVs up here at Best Buy. So, and that was in the complete opposite direction, quite a few miles in the complete opposite direction. So that's another reason why we didn't want to go up there, you know.
Right.
And it not be up there. So I'm glad we didn't, because they didn't have any left anyways. So we would have went all the way up there for nothing. And it was like 9:30 at night. So, you know, I just want to get home.
Yeah.
As we had been
Well,
going, I had been hit the ground running at 7 o'clock in the morning, and I was go after that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to go home. everybody's like, I can't believe you're not Black Friday shopping now, because I do every year, and I'm like, I just don't feel it this year.
Yeah.
Usually I'm just gung ho on it, but
Yeah, I think I would go, but I just don't have anybody to go with, so it's not very much fun if you're doing it by
now see, I
yourself.
enjoy that, doing it by myself,
Yeah.
because then I don't have to worry about, oh, I don't want to do this, or
Right. I don't want to go to that store and
yeah, I can just
yeah.
go do what I want to do and nobody to bug me. I
Well,
like doing
yeah.
it myself.
Yeah.
But I'm that way with like auctions, other than my husband. I mean, I like my husband being with me, but if I had to have like a picking partner or something, I don't think I would like that.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's like, oh, I wish I could find somebody in my area to go picking with. And I don't think I'd like that.
Yeah. I think in that situation I don't think I would unless it was Sally, I think
Yeah,
anybody else I don't think I would want like a picking partner.
yeah,
Just like I think it would be fun with Sally, but
yeah.
anybody else I think I would get irritated with,
Mm-hmm.
because they
That's me too.
maybe they want to they're ready to go and you're not, or you
Yeah,
know and one of those, in those situations you just kind of have to let them do their thing, and
yeah.
they'll let you know when they're ready.
Yeah. Brandon said the other day, I said, I'm going to St. Vincent's. Do you want to go? And he goes, do you want me to go? I said, nope. He says, well, then I guess I'm not going.
Oh my gosh.
He knows me. He knows that I take forever, for one thing.
Yeah,
And I don't like somebody coming up to me every 5 seconds saying, are you ready?
yeah,
No, I'm
yeah.
not. If you don't like it, go sit in the van,
Well, and that's the thing, my
Knows.
husband knows that when we go to auctions, I'm there till the last dog's hung, and or like if we go down to the cities and he's like, you want to go to the bins, and I'll be like, sure, but and if we have our kids with, I mean, he knows the rules, but if we have our kids with us, it's like, now, is it okay with you guys? We're going to be there a long time.
Right.
And I'm not going to have anybody telling me, I want to go. I'm bored. Me. And they know the rules, so I don't mind that, and they all know the rules at the auction, that we're going to be there till the last. So a lot of times the kids won't even go to auctions with me because they know
Right.
that we're going to be there, we're going to be there all day. So, and they're going to be carrying.
Right.
Going for a reason, damn it.
Yeah, you earn your damn keep. You're going to earn your lunch at the lunch wagon. I'm going to buy you a brat and pop. You're going to earn it. But yeah, they don't usually want to go to there's a couple auctions annual. There's like the one annual auction that they like going to, just because I think it's just because, like, when I was a kid, it was the Mother's Day auction, and that was what my mom always wanted to do for Mother's Day, was go to that auction.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was like a family tradition, and I think, and we've always done it too. So I think it's kind of like, it's like team show on this day every year. That's where we are supposed to be, so I think it's kind of like that. It's like a family tradition. They always want to go to that one, but
Yeah.
I was going to be like,
they don't care if they go. Yes, we are true auction people. We have family traditions that revolve around auction.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Nothing at all.
But that's why I like auctions so much, is because, I mean, it's always been a part of my life,
Right. It's a family affair. It's not
It is.
it's not just your thing. It's the It's a family
Yeah.
thing. And it probably brings
we-
back, you know, great memories and
Mhm.
everything that, you know, you had with your parents and, you know,
Yeah, my
your
brother was
siblings
always,
and
yeah, my brother was always at the auction. We're always at the auction.
mhm.
You know, it's, yeah.
If you ever needed to find somebody, that's probably be one of the first places you went to look for
Yeah.
them, huh?
Well, that's another thing, you know, I mean, like, you know, on a Thursday night, they know exactly where I am,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
I've even had family say that. My nephew one time, he didn't have a phone at the time, and no way of getting a hold of him, and he had forgot my number. I don't know how, but he had forgotten my number, and he's like, "Well, I knew I could find you here." You know? So I just
Right.
waited till Thursday. I knew you'd be here.
Uh, Um, 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 okay. Okay. Well, I guess on that note, see what's going on in the chat real quick. See if there's any questions.
I haven't been watching the chat. I'm sorry.
Grandma Magic Classic says, "Come on, Nick, wake up! I want to go to the estate sale." Can't wake him up. She says, "I know he works hard, just don't have the heart to wake him up on his day off."
Yeah. I'll leave him home.
Grandma Magic Classic says, "See, that's why I want to learn from Nikki about auctions." There you go. The Nikki, the auction queen. There you go.
That's what Comfy Life calls me.
All right, guys. I guess we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I'm gonna go do some running around and get some stuff taken care of. So, everybody have a great day, and we will talk to you later.
Bye, everybody. Have a
now.
good day.
Bye. Have a great weekend. Get lots of sales.
Yeah.
Don't forget the listing challenge on Sunday.
Yep.
Yep.
We'll be here.
Bye.